Hey folks, and welcome back to my Lies of P walkthrough. My name is Taborn, and we are going to, well, first we're going to go collect some fruit, because why not? And then in this episode, we are going to take care of Victor the Champion, and then we're gonna proceed into the Barren swamp. Don't expect Victor to be too much of a challenge. But you never know. Let's see, do I have enough consumables to use them for this fight? I guess not, but I'll show you the non-consumable method. Jax! Jax! Stop! Sorry about that racket. My dog is currently in a cone because something caused him to scratch up his face a little bit. So we had to put a cone on him to keep him from making it worse. It's about time for that to come off, but periodically he keeps still trying to scratch his face, and it's a racket. Hopefully he doesn't do that again. He also really wants to lick his butt and clean it, but right now he's just curled up in a corner licking the inside of the cone. It's kind of adorable and kind of sad. Nope. What? Oh, I don't have my dagger on. Alright. So we are going to use the flame dagger against Victor. Because acid is not really going to work very well. Now, Victor is basically a larger version of the elite we fought in the last episode. Very much like pro wrestler motif. He's got a really bad grab.
This is where evolution becomes real.
Now, here's the thing. We're about to see a cutscene where he charges in.
The champion.
And while other games would just have that be a cutscene, this fight actually starts with him charging, which is a lot of fun. Just right off the bat, he's on you. Alright. So for the first thing we're going to do, we're actually going to stay on him with the flamberge. Try to ignite him. Try to get off the explosion. Oh. I didn't expect that to connect. You'll see he's got a flurry of attacks. And he's got that single charge. He's got several furies with different ways that they're going to come out. The big thing is just like with most big enemies, you kind of want to stay behind them and just get off attacks when you can. Crap. And that's the grab. Now my Spectre is about half HP, so I'm going to go ahead and pop the Friendship Stone. which he's going to interrupt me out of. And the Spectre puts him in phase 2. Now, Victor does not have a second health bar phase like several of the bosses in this game. His moveset just gets faster and a little more varied. And if I can get him into a stagger state, I'll show you something that he is the first boss to do. Yep. So he's going to close gaps faster. He's going to hit harder. Now he's doing the slam attack. Actually need to get back from him. Try to get this stone off. There we go. So now the Spectre will last a little bit longer. His charge attack is now a 3-prong instead of just the 1. This is the problem with Victor. Oh, we had the Spectre in the grab. Come on. Alright, so when you get Victor into his stagger and you get off the R2, you'll notice he's still not staggered. He actually went into an attack animation, and that is a thing you're going to see more of from here on out. Certain enemies, when you get off your stagger, are actually going to launch into an attack, which will punish you for expecting that that you're just going to be able to beat them while they stagger. I actually really like that system. It definitely makes you more cautious about getting in there to take advantage of a stagger. Keeps you on your toes at a point when you're like, oh yeah, now's my chance to really pummel the enemy. Victor's is pretty straightforward. It's just one punch, but others later on are
I'm surprised
way more,
I've known you but even you've seen this.
way more intense.
I'm sorry. The disease purified.
Alright, so this is Simon Manus,
Welcome to come. Keep your chin up.
who is our actual, like, who is a villain who's actually responsible for everything. But for now, you can't really do anything to him. What was I doing? Okay. So we're gonna head back to the hotel. Because there is something I want to show real quick with Victor. So, unlike every other boss, there is actually something important to note about Victor's boss ergo, which is that, oh yeah, Alidoro leaves. Crap, I forgot about that. So Victor's boss ergo offers you the usual weapon and medallion.
For one, I give it to you'll understand.
But differently,
I have heard about a please.
oh yeah, you're gonna need to talk to Paulandina. He's gonna start a quest line. For Victor's Ergo, you really should take the sword. Even if you want the medallion and aren't going to be doing a motivity build, which is what the sword is for, you really want to take the sword because there is a quest line that requires you to have that. Now, after talking to Polendina, he's going to ask you about an alchemist who was looking for a cure for petrification disease.
Even if I leave the choice,
And this guy's going to give it to you. So,
Stalker.
give him a gold coin fruit. He's going to give you the cure. Now you're going to have to go talk to Polendina. Now, if you're looking for... looking to complete trophies, this is one of the first times where it's really going to matter what choice you make. If you want to get one of the trophies, you have to tell him to use the cure. Because otherwise you won't be able to complete the trophy for, not Sophia, but Antonio's story. I don't think I have any... Yeah, I don't have any half moons. Alright, so we're gonna move on.
Whatever choice you... I've all... But now,
Wait, exhaust her dialogue.
Collect gold. Petrified, that's why Simon became king of pop. Now, whatever choice
Some
you
more
make.
story stuff there. Alright, we've got 30. We're gonna go ahead. I'm actually just gonna pump capacity for now. Can't do much with what I've got. So yeah, don't consume Victor's Ergo and don't buy the medallion on your first playthrough if you want to be able to get there's a trophy you'll miss out on and a quartz you would miss out on. And a costume, but there's no... Yeah, you do miss out on a costume, but there's no trophy for the costumes. Which I found kind of weird. There's a lot of trophies for this game. Why the costumes didn't have one, I don't know. Alright, so having beat him...
The Isle of Alchemists. According to the guide,
we are
Vanille
now
visited
trying to
that
get
place.
to the Isle of
It's
Alchemists.
something, I guess.
Come out here, and you're gonna run into Cat and Fox again. They're gonna give you some backstory for themselves,
You got that right. A moment. The alchemist. Please.
and they're gonna ask you for a gold coin fruit.
That's right. Start, you know.
Ignore this. On that note, I won't ever forget. Now go.
So, go ahead and do that, and they're gonna give you a record and a gesture. Two things for trophies. Also, just for the record trophy. Here's the thing that I kind of missed, but it's not that big a deal. Records carry over between playthroughs. They're the only collectible that does. But to pop the actual trophy for all records, one, you're going to have to go into New Game Plus because there's gold records that can't be found in New Game. But you also have to listen to all of the records. You can't just collect them. You got to go to the you've got to go to the hotel and actually let the records play while you're there, and they have to play the entire length. So honestly, if you're trying to do that, I would recommend just whenever you go to the hotel to run around and do stuff, put a record on in the background. There is a convenient thing where a record you haven't played before has a sleeve on it, and the ones that you have played do not. So if you just play the ones that have sleeves, you'll get what you're looking for. Alright. I'm gonna keep flambers on. And this is an area that I really don't like.
Okay, there's no easy way to say this. It's a public
Alright, so here we've got Flamboy
Humans call
with a
it
shovel.
An illegal dumping site. The city tried to stop it, but eventually it had much bigger concerns. Brand
Oops.
exhibitions horrific
Nope.
solution spread like a spark too.
So
It's just too terrible to think about. Oh, why am I thinking about it?
Flamboy, this one, unlike the previous shovel puppets, this one is not an elite. He will respawn. You're going to encounter several enemies that were previously elites in this area that now are just regular enemies that come back. Some of this guy, there's a couple of the bobby puppets, the police puppets. Alright, new type of dog. These dogs actually will explode. So you do need to kill them fairly quick or they will just poof and deal some pretty significant damage. And there's a dog, so trap here. You got a rifleman, and there's actually a dog that's going to charge in as well. And a explosive barrel. But I got that block. Oh! Get out of here. Oh, never mind. I was going to try and blow him up with the barrel. But the angle's just not going to work for me. Let's see. So, here. There's actually two puppets up there that are going to take pot shots at you. Dog down here. And corruption swamp. And then over here we've got another exploding dog. And here we've got a repeat of something. Big rolling ball. And mad clown puppet. This dude is an elite, thankfully. He does not respawn. But he does now deal electric shock. He's also more prone to that belly attack that I was telling you is really easy to punish. And does not have nearly as much health. I ran out of stamina. Oh, God. Almost had him. Now this guy is he's just gonna be a pain. There's no other way to explain it. It is helpful to kill him. You can run past him, but you're gonna miss some stuff if you don't go ahead and deal with him and the two puppets on the top. Now what I recommend is just, if you're having to come back at him, just sprint past this nonsense. You've already got the chest, and they are just going to cost you heals trying to get back. Yeah, you can. Oh, see, I promise sprinting past is better. If you can kill them without too much trouble, then be my guest. Okay, so you want to plunge this one. Sprint over here, take this one out. Now we're going to go deal with that puppet. The boulder does reset, so be aware of that. He really likes to abuse that when you're at a distance. You can just sidestep that to the right. If you can kind of stay to his right hand side, that belly bounce will miss. There we go. Got the stagger off. Gonna set him on fire if possible. Ah, I was too close to this. Nope. Stop with the... See what I mean about trying to abuse that ranged attack? It's quite frustrating. Ah. There we go. Alright, now there's a trap there, and there's these two dudes. Just walk up and backstab them. That one's gonna attack. And you can shove them off the cliff. Now that way is your progression. But we're gonna backtrack, because now that the mad puppet is down, and those two riflemen aren't going to be shooting at you, getting stuff out of this little section of swamp is going to be easier. And there are a few things here. Nothing particularly major. This is very much a trap to make you stop so that those puppets can shoot you. And that's it, just those three items. As you can tell, that mad puppet is actually significantly easier than the first. Again, that puppet and Victor, if you want to go spend to stock up on consumables, be my guest. I kind of want to get this guy across because I want to try something real quick. Just based on the description of one of the gestures. I'm curious about something. No? Alright. That gesture makes a reference about tapping bridges. Which is you know, just checking to see if the bridge is solid and stable. So I thought maybe it would give me some like indication that, you know, a bridge would break away. But I guess not. Alright, so in here, up is the way forward. So you're going to want to go down first, and you're going to see there's a shovel puppet down here and a couple of items. These are not vital by any stretch of the imagination. They're not even that great. And this is a very tight spot to fight a shovel puppet in. And that's it. It's a ergo fragment and a throwing cell. So if you just have trouble with those puppets, I'd honestly recommend just not dealing with them, because it's not worth it. Alright, so on the way up here, you're going to see this item there. Do not get it just yet. It's a trap, because there's a rifleman here who's going to knock you off of that little piece. And there's some more of these guys up here. If you run in and try to backstab that dude, it's actually going to go very poorly for you. Because that guy's going to come up and hit you. So don't get greedy about your backstabs. The game is very much trying to punish players for greediness. Alright, so then we come out of this tower. We're going to pull this lever, which is going to open up a shortcut back to the first stargazer of the area. And we're going to end this episode fairly soon. But first, we're going to come up here. And there's going to be a special version of these sword-wielding guys. It's tougher, his combo's a little harder to interrupt, and he's on fire. Yeah, plus he goes in for combo strings that they do not. Come here. Oh, you gotta be. There we go. Yeah. Oh, he's not that impressive. And then you just collect that, and this is actually a really great amulet. If you're having trouble making it through an... Oh, I forgot I have the hunter's amulet now. So this one increases ergo when killing enemies. This one actually just gives you a health regen. If you're having trouble making it through a longer area, the regen on it is not like game changing, but it's certainly enough to help you proceed. It will help progression a lot, actually, just because you won't have to pop as many heals while trying to get through something. But we've made it back to this first Stargazer and unlocked the way forward. So we're going to go ahead and end this episode here. And I will catch y'all next time with the second part of the swamp. This is probably going to be a longer section. It's going to take me conservatively like 3 videos to make it through the entire area and the boss. Probably more like 4. But until next time, y'all be good to yourselves and take it easy.